distance displacement, we check what is speed and what is velocity and the difference between speed and velocity, right? उसके बाद we studied about types of motion. In types of motion, we saw actually 3 types of motion. Actually, there are 2 major types of motion: uniform motion and non-uniform motion. In non-uniform motion, we have 2 types of motion. Uniform motion में, first of all, we studied that if an object is moving with a constant speed or velocity, we already discussed that we will be taking speed and velocity interchangeably. मतलब speed की जगह velocity, velocity की जगह speed में use कर रहा हूँगा. ठीक है? If an object is traveling with a constant speed या velocity, the distance increases linearly and the acceleration is 0. और इनके जो graphs बनते हैं वैसे बनते हैं. Distance increases linearly का straight line graph बनेगा. ठीक है? ऐसे करके. और velocity time graph में velocity क्योंकि constant है, constant velocity का मतलब horizontal axis पे constant velocity एक straight line बनेगी horizontally. अच्छा, acceleration time graph में क्योंकि जब भी velocity constant होता है तो acceleration मेरे पास 0 होती है, तो acceleration time graph में ये 0 वैल्यू बनेगी यहाँ से यहाँ तक. ठीक हो गया? अच्छा, दूसरा, अच्छा अब अगर अब आपको ये ग्राफ के शेप जो है वो अच्छी तरह याद होने चाहिए. अगर मैं बोलूँ कि कांस्टेंट वेलोसिटी का डिस्टेंस टाइम ग्राफ का शेप कैसा होता है, कांस्टेंट वेलोसिटी का वेलोसिटी टाइम ग्राफ नहीं, मैं पूछ रहा हूँ डिस्टेंस टाइम ग्राफ का शेप कैसा होता है, तो यू मस्ट रिमेंबर कि उसका शेप जो होता है वो इस तरह से होता है कि डिस्टेंस इंक्रीजेस लीनियरली, तो आपको बनाना आना चाहिए. And we also know that the gradient of the distance time graph gives us velocity and the gradient of velocity time graph gives us acceleration. Then we have non-uniform motion. In a non-uniform motion में we have 2 types of motion. एक तो याद करिए speed हमारी increase होती है linearly. ठीक है? या तो speed decrease हो रही होगी, मतलब या तो गाड़ी इतनी speed बढ़ा रही होगी, otherwise the speed must be decreasing. When the speed is increasing linearly या speed of velocity is increasing linearly, तो उसका distance time graph का variation कैसा होगा? Distance time graph will be like this. ये जो curve upwards हो रहा है ना, like this. Velocity is increasing linearly. Distance time graph must be curve upwards. मतलब इसको हम क्या कहेंगे? Distance is increasing at a increasing rate. या rate of increase of distance is increasing. ठीक है? Distance is increasing at a increasing rate. ठीक है? क्योंकि distance time graph का gradient gives us velocity. And if we find out the gradient of distance time graph, as it is a curve, the gradient must not be constant. So we have to find out the gradient at each point on the curve. And if we move along the curve, we see that the tangents we draw on the curve. Curve पे अगर किसी भी point पे I want to find the gradient, what would I do is to form the tangent at that point. The green line is the tangent. The tangent is actually a line which touches the curve but does not intersect it. Okay, do you guys know about tangent? We must have discussed it. Tangent is a line. For example, if I want to draw a line that just touches this point but does not intersect the curve. Okay, it shouldn't be like this, that it intersect the curve. No, it is not tangent. Tangent is the line, that straight line that touches the curve at one point only and does not intersect the curve. This is intersection and this is just touching. So this is tangent. If I draw the tangents along this whole curve, I see the tangents, the gradient of the tangent increases. Tangents become more steep. It means the gradient is increasing. Of the gradient of a curve is increasing. If the gradient of a curve is increasing, it means distance. In a distance time graph, the gradient shows velocity. If the gradient is increasing, it means its velocity is increasing. So increasing velocity is drawn like this. Okay, straight line. And the gradient of the velocity time graph gives us acceleration. The straight line has a constant gradient, constant value of gradient. Okay, and this line velocity time graph has a constant gradient. It means it has a constant acceleration, and the constant acceleration is shown like this. Acha, another case was that if the car is decreasing its speed, okay, so what happens if a car is slowing down or decreasing its velocity or speed? It doesn't mean that it won't be moving forwards. Obviously, आगे तो बढ़ रही है ना, distance must be increasing, but distance is increasing at a decreasing rate. पहले जल्दी जल्दी distance increase हो रहा था, अब slow distance increase हो रहा है. But if a car is slowing down, distance will increase, but at a decreasing rate. ठीक है? The distance time graph will be like this, curve downwards, this curve. Acha, if I draw tangents along this curve, I see the tangent gradient of the tangent decreases. The decrease in the gradient of the tangent actually shows us that velocity is decreasing. Like this, velocity is decreasing here. Acha, and but velocity is decreasing, but the velocity on the velocity time graph acceleration is constant, right? This acceleration is constant, and for this constant acceleration, the curve line is like this, gradient is negative. So this shows the acceleration is constant and negative, which means it is deceleration. Deceleration कब होता है? जब velocity decrease हो रही होती है. तो इसके points क्या हो जाएंगे? Velocity is decreasing linearly, distance is increasing at a decreasing rate. और उस वाले में क्या आता है? Distance is also increasing. In both the cases, distance is increasing. Car is slowing down or car is speeding up. In both the cases, distance increases because car moves forward from its starting point. अगर वो स्लो डाउन हो रही है या चाहे वो भाग रही हो, आगे डिस्टेंस कवर कर रही है, तो डिस्टेंस एक्चुअली इंक्रीजेस. बट when car is speeding up, distance increases at a increasing rate. That's the difference. Distance increases at a increasing rate. But if a car is slowing down, this distance increases but at a decreasing rate. So increasing rate हम कैसे बनाते हैं? Like this, distance time graph पे. और decreasing rate हम कैसे बनाते हैं? Like this, distance time graph पे. Okay. And the velocity time graph would be like this, and either velocity time graph would be like this, acceleration would be like this, and either is deceleration, negative acceleration. सही है हुदा हमजा? Any problem?
No.
कोई ऐसी चीज जो समझ ना आ रही हो? We can discuss it again. Okay, now I want to ask you a few questions. Let's see how much you have understood and how much you remember. See, this is I'm giving you a distance time graph like this. 1 से 2, the distance time graph is like this. 2 से 3, it is a straight line, and 3 to 4, it is curved downwards. ठीक है? तो 1 से 2 से 3 is a straight line. It does not look a straight line. एक wavy सा वो आ गया, but trust me, I tried to draw it a straight line. Let me draw it again for you. Okay, let's see. Oh no, नहीं, yes. ठीक है? तो 1 से 2 बता सकते हो what's happening with the journey? Distance is increasing like this. What does that mean? Distance is increasing. Distance is increasing at a increasing rate. Right? Right? Guys?
Yes.
So can you tell me the corresponding velocity time graph for this? How would the velocity time graph be for this journey 1 to 2? Velocity must be what? Velocity must be increasing linearly, right?
Yes.
Velocity is increasing linearly. So what would be the shape of it? वन से टू शेप क्या बना वेलोसिटी टाइम ग्राफ पे? देख लो ना पीछे अगर नोट्स में बना हुआ है. डिस्टेंस टाइम ग्राफ ऐसा होता है, ऐसा कर्व अपवर्ड्स. डिस्टेंस टाइम ग्राफ इज लाइक दिस. द वेलोसिटी टाइम ग्राफ इज स्ट्रेट लाइन. ओके ओके. एंड एक्सेलरेशन टाइम ग्राफ इज कांस्टेंट वैल्यू. यू जस्ट हैव टू रिमेंबर दिस. समझने भी हैं एंड यू जस्ट हैव टू रिमेंबर आल्सो. तो वेलोसिटी टाइम ग्राफ वुड बी लाइक दिस, and acceleration time graph would be like this from 1 to 2. So I can say velocity is increasing linearly and acceleration is constant. Am I right?
Yes.
Thumbs up.
Yes.
समझ आ रहा है?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, if I ask you 2 to 3, what's happening about distance? 2 to 3 distance is increasing linearly. The very first case, uniform motion wala. This is just a straight line like this. Distance is increasing linearly, and when the distance increases linearly, velocity कैसा होता है?
Constant.
Constant. Yes.
Constant.
Yes. जबरदस्त. Constant 2 to 3. तो 1 से 2 ये variation था. 2 से 3 it's a constant. And what about acceleration? जब velocity constant है तो acceleration क्या होगा? Acceleration is change in velocity upon time. Constant velocity
Zero?
means, yes, will there be a change in velocity? No, it would be zero. The acceleration 0 upon t, it will give you 0. 0. Zabardast. You're learning now. ठीक है. अच्छा, what about 3 to 4? 2 to 3 is like that. What about 2? What can I write about velocity here? 2 to 3 velocity is constant. And what can I write about acceleration? Acceleration is 0. And about 3 to 4? Okay, just tell me about 3 to 4. 3 to 4 distance actually increases, but with a decreasing rate, right? In this case, the
Yes.
last case we studied, non-uniform motion, distance actually increasing, but with a decreasing
No.
rate. So its velocity time graph would be like this. Sorry, Huda, I'm interrupting you. I know you know the right answer, right? So velocity is decreasing like this, and instead of acceleration, there would be deceleration or the negative acceleration. ठीक है, तो velocity time graph would be like this, okay? And instead of acceleration, there would be deceleration, negative acceleration like this. ठीक है, minus a, here it is plus a. So here it is 4, okay? And 1, 2, 3, 4. So far, so good.
Yes.
Huda? Okay. Okay, one more thing. If we say area under the graph, area under the speed time graph, area under the speed time graph gives us total distance. Did we discuss this thing in last class?
No.
No, okay. Area under the distance time graph gives us actually, area under the speed time graph. Area under the speed time graph gives us the total distance covered by the journey. For example, if I say the journey is happening like this, from point 1 to 2, the speed of the object increases. Okay, I'll draw it again. It's not good. Let's draw it again. See, I have a speed time graph. On this speed time graph, here, first of all, the speed increases linearly, then it stays constant for a certain time, then it decreases linearly. Okay, I'm giving you few values. Here, the time has become 5 seconds. Here, the time has become 10 seconds. Here, the time has become 15 seconds. Okay, now the speed, the maximum speed is reached is, let's say 2 meters per second. Okay, what happens if we find the area under the speed time graph? Area under the speed time graph would give us distance covered. Why? Because if we have a speed time graph like this, okay, and for example, let's say if I'm just taking this portion, that the velocity is increasing linearly, and if I take the area under the graph, area under the curve, area under this line, it will be like a triangle. And if I use the formula of an area of a triangle, it is half into base into height. Okay, at base it is x-axis, which is time. So instead of b, I can write t, and at height it is velocity, right? Y-axis पे क्या है? Velocity है ना? So instead of height, I can write v. ठीक है? तो half into v into t. तो v into t क्या बनता है? V into t is, if I say speed is equals to distance upon time, s is equals to v into t, and s is my distance. So distance formula is actually equals to v into t. This becomes the formula of the distance, so I can write s over here. So that's how, if we find the area under the speed time graph or the velocity time graph, it gives us the distance. Okay, clear? And how do we find the area under the graph? For example, this one, number 1, it's just a triangle, so you can use the formula of a triangle. But in this case, the whole journey is like the velocity is increasing linearly, then the velocity stays constant for a certain time, and then the velocity decreases. So how we can find the area under the graph in this case? If we look closely, this shape is a trapezium, right? Is it? This shape is a trapezium. And how to find the area of a trapezium? We have a formula, half into 1/2 into sum of parallel sides. Parallel side for this trapezium would be see sum of parallel sides. We write like this in the maths, and the difference between these parallel sides. Okay, half, what are the parallel sides? See this side जो 0 से 15 तक जा रही है, this side and this length, these are parallel lengths. Okay, they will never meet. These are parallel. So if I see the length of this line, it is 0 से 15, so the length is 15. And if I see the length of the top line, it is from 5 till 10. It means the length is 10 minus 5, which is 5. Its actual length is 5. Okay, so far so good. You're getting what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
Okay, and then we have distance between these two parallel lines, which is this. वो y-axis पे, this is 2, so we'll write 2 over here. So this will give the area under this trapezium. If we calculate it, it will give me I think 20, 10, 10, 20, 20 meters. Okay, so that's how we find area under the speed time graph, which gives us the total distance. Okay, we discussed average speed, right? We already have discussed average speed. Average speed is the total distance divided by total time. We are also did some question about it. क्या बताना ये हमजा? अच्छा, average speed. What is average speed? Average speed का formula होता है total distance upon total time. Yes. Okay, total distance covered divided by total time is known as average speed. And how do we calculate the average speed? Let's say if I want to travel from point A to point B, and point A to point B, there is no straight road connecting point A to point B. So we'll actually start from point A and we'll go to point B through a route which I have to take turns, breakers. There will be breakers, there will be traffic jam. So हम average speed कैसे निकालते हैं? We actually see what is the total distance between A to B which I have traveled, and for how much time, for how longer my car was traveling. So that's how we calculate average speed. Average speed actually gives us the idea that approximately how much time would you take if you drive with a certain average speed. That's why we calculate average speed. अच्छा, इसका एक क्वेश्चन कर लेते हैं एवरेज स्पीड का. That would give you the clearer concept. I think we studied it already. पता नहीं, I don't know. Deja vu.
Yes, sir. Brother.
We did ना. अच्छा, if you revise this question, a car driver takes a total of 2 hours to make a journey, ठीक है, of 75 kilometers. She has a coffee break of half an hour and spends a quarter of an hour stationary in the traffic jam. For half an hour, she is not traveling. For another 0.25 hours, she is not traveling, because for half an hour, she is at a coffee break, and for another quarter of an hour, she is at the traffic jam. And her journey took about 2 hours. Okay, so total time actually she traveled when her car was traveling, when her wheel was actually rotating, was 2 minus 0.5 minus 0.25. For only 1.25 hours she was actually traveling. The rest of the time she was in the car, or she may not be in the car, but we are not concerned of it, because at that time she is not driving her car. Acha, so total distance between the journey is 75 kilometers, and the time she actually took in driving and reaching her destination would be 1.25 hours. So the total distance divided by total time gives us the average speed. And why I took distance in kilometers? Because if I see the answers, the options, there are answers are in kilometer per hour. So I take the distance in kilometer and I'll take the time in hours, 1.25 hours. So it will give me 60 kilometer per hour. Okay, Hamza, समझ आया?
Yes.
ठीक है, let's see this question. ठीक है, question 19. Please read question 19, and if you know how to find the answer, just try. Already written. I just took a class of physics before that. A cyclist takes a ride lasting 25 seconds. Okay, the diagram shows the distance traveled from the starting position varies with time. What is her average speed for the whole ride? Okay, the total distance covered for the whole ride in 25 seconds is 150. The average speed is total distance over total time. So total distance is 150 and total time is 25. That's how you can find the average speed. It would come out to be 6 meters per second. Okay, so far so good. Okay, question 18. Can you just try question 18? Question 18 says an object travels at a constant speed for 10 meters per second. During next 5 seconds, it accelerates uniformly. Constant speed से चल रहा है for 10 seconds. तो constant speed मतलब horizontal line. See, from 0 to 10 seconds, there's a horizontal line. It means from 0 to 10 seconds, the object is traveling at a constant speed of 10 meters per second. After 10 seconds, the object actually increases its speed for another 5 seconds. But 10 to 15 seconds, actually the object increases speed from 10 meter per second to 20 meter per second, like this. Question में क्या पूछ रहा है वो? What is the total distance traveled by the object? So for the total distance, things are very easy. You just have to find the area under the speed time graph. This is the speed time graph, and you just have to find the area under the graph. So if you divide this graph, if you see, you have to find this area. So if you divide this graph, from 0 to 5 seconds, it becomes a rectangle, and from 10 to 15 seconds, it becomes another trapezium. Okay, if you find the area under the graph, can you just do it for yourself and tell me the answer? So let's see.
10 multiplied by 10.
Okay, 10
100.
multiplied by 10, 100. 100 meters for rectangle A, and what about B? Anyone? Is a trapezium. The area of trapezium is half into sum of parallel sides. What are the parallel sides in this trapezium? This side and this side. These must be the parallel side, na? They run parallel to each other, never intersecting. Okay, so what is the length of this first parallel side? This is 10. See, here they go 10, and this is 20. So one side is of 10 and the other side is of 20. Am I right?
Yes.
And what is the difference between these parallel sides? What is the distance between these two parallel sides? अब ये दो parallel sides है ना, इनके बीच का distance किस पे निकालोगे? ये वाला होगा ना? Which is 10 से 15. 5. So how much it will be? 20 is 30. 30 divided by 2, 15. 15 into 5 gives me 75. So it is 75. The total area would become, for B is 75, for A is 100. Total A plus B would give me 100 plus 75 is 175 meters, right? Okay. Okay. सही है ना?
Yes.
अच्छा, ये वाला क्वेश्चन देखो. Question 27. Can you guys read question 27?
The speed time graph for a car is shown. What is the acceleration of the car at 30 seconds?
हाँ जी. What is the acceleration of the car at 30 seconds? See, if we know that if my speed time graph is like this, okay, we studied 3 cases. When the object is moving with a constant speed, the speed time graph is like this. The acceleration time graph would be 0. Acceleration is 0 in this case. Okay, and then we studied if my speed time graph is like this, the acceleration is actually what? Positive, like this, but constant. And if my speed time graph is like this, decreasing speed, then acceleration time graph would be, actually it would be deceleration, negative acceleration, but constant. However, we never studied about speed time graph with a curve. हमारे पास syllabus में with a curve speed time graph है ही नहीं. But we have the idea that the gradient of the speed time graph actually gives me acceleration. Am I right? Speed time graph का gradient हमें क्या देता है? Gradient of speed time graph हमें क्या देता है? Acceleration. सही है. If he is asking me to find acceleration at 30 seconds, it means that on the curve I have to find acceleration on the curve at 30 seconds. At 30 seconds पे मैं acceleration कैसे निकालूं? This is a speed time graph. It means I am supposed to draw a tangent on the curve at 30 seconds and find the gradient of it. For example, had he asked me to find the acceleration at 10 seconds, so what would I have done? I had drawn on curve at 10 seconds, I had drawn the gradient over a tangent over here. This is not a tangent. Tangent is a line which just touches the point of interest but does not intersect it. ये टेंजेंट बनाने के बाद I had calculated my gradient, right? ऐसा ही करता ना. तो about this point, about 30 seconds, 30 seconds पे अगर मैं टेंजेंट बनाऊंगा तो टेंजेंट would be like this. इस point पे अगर मुझे टेंजेंट बनाना है तो टेंजेंट is actually a line which actually touches the circle or touches the curve but does not intersect it, like this. इसको मैं बनाऊंगा तो it will be like this. It will be like this. Okay, ये थोड़ा सा ऊपर हो गया है. It should touch it at this point. Here, yeah. Okay. अच्छा, what if he had asked me to find the acceleration at 40 seconds. तो 40 seconds पे मैं टेंजेंट बनाता. 40 seconds पे टेंजेंट देखो ये ऐसे बनता. मैं अपना जो रूलर है वो 40 seconds पे वर्टिकल रखूंगा. ठीक है. और at this point I'll draw the tangent. अब tangent कैसे बनेगा इस point पे? इस point पे tangent would be like this at this point. Okay, touch नहीं हो रहा, but consider it that that line is touching the curve. और फिर इस line का मैं gradient लूंगा. And you guys know how to find the gradient. ठीक है, we take 2 coordinates on the line and then we use the formula y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. You guys exactly know this. But in this question, we do not have to find the gradient. We do not need to find the gradient actually. When I draw the tangent on 30 seconds, 30 seconds with the tangent बना है, it is like this, right? And can you tell me the gradient of this tangent? This is exactly a horizontal line, and the horizontal line have gradient is equals to, नाम लो, horizontal line have gradient which is equals to, Hamza, Huda,
0.
0. ठीक है, the gradient is 0, and the gradient here is actually representing the acceleration because it is a speed time graph, and I have found the gradient of the tangent at that point on a speed time graph. So it must give me what quantity? This gradient is actually equals to acceleration, and acceleration is equals to 0 as gradient is equals to 0. So at 30 seconds, this car must have an acceleration of 0. समझ आई बात? It was very simple. I just made it complicated because I wanted to tell you different things as well. Because in paper 2, when we're gonna do paper 2, we are actually supposed to find the gradient at certain points. And how do we find the gradient? Just like we do in maths. And that gradient actually gives us the acceleration. If that's a speed time graph, the gradient would give us acceleration. If that's a displacement time या distance time graph, the gradient would give me speed या velocity. ठीक है? Here in this case at 30 seconds, he asked me at the acceleration. So seeing that it was a speed time graph, so I decided that 30 seconds it is a curve, it is not a straight line, so I have to draw a tangent at 30 seconds. When I drew the tangent is the line which just touches this point, the point which is at exactly at 30 seconds. So when I drew a tangent at this point, it was a horizontal line. How would I know? I would just use my rule and draw the line. Okay, and I found out that the line is exactly horizontal. Actually, I didn't even have to draw the line. वो मुझे देख के ही समझ आ जाएगा ना. Next time आपके सामने कभी ऐसा question आता है तो you will be sure कि यार the tangent, if I gonna draw the tangent over it, that would be a horizontal line, and the horizontal line have a zero gradient. Zero gradient means this graph is a speed time graph, so acceleration would be zero. ठीक है? The acceleration of the car at 30 seconds is zero. समझ आई?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, this curve is this question is the easier one. This curve is like this. This is a straight line, this is a horizontal line, and this line is like this. Okay, if you find the area under the speed time graph, it will give you the distance. So the question is asking what was the distance traveled by the car during the time when it was moving at a steady speed. Okay, you just have to find the distance of a car traveled during its steady speed only. Constant speed, steady speed is constant speed. तो आंसर बता सकते हो उसका? अच्छा, vertical motion will be of two types, downwards and upwards. If you, let's say if you have a ball in hand, if you throw a ball upwards, it will go upwards, but it will slow down and it eventually stop when it reaches its maximum height. ऊपर जाएगा and it will eventually stop. ठीक है? Then it will come downwards. ठीक है? And it is coming downward due to gravity. So it's actually gravity which pulls everything towards the earth. ठीक है? So and one thing you should know, that earth pulls any object towards itself with an acceleration of 10 meter per second square, which we call as acceleration due to gravity. Okay, earth pulls every object, by every object I means of any mass, with the acceleration of 10 meter per second square, and this acceleration is actually known as acceleration due to gravity. ठीक हो गया? And we represent it by g. We say the g is the acceleration due to gravity, and on earth it has a value of 10 meter per second square. Why I am saying on earth? Because on other planets the acceleration due to gravity has a different value, but on earth the acceleration due to gravity near the surface is 10 meter per second square. सही है? अच्छा, if we want to आगे वाले चैप्टर का है, but if you want to find the weight of any object, if I give you the mass of the object, let's say mass of the object is 5 kg, and if you have to find the weight of an object, weight कैसे निकालते हो? Weight is equals to mass into gravity. If mass is 5, gravity is 10, so it will be 50 meter per weight. Actually the unit of the weight is Newton. The weight is a type of force. We'll study in the next chapter, but you must have already studied it in previous classes, that acceleration due to gravity is 10. So the weight of the object can be found out by formula mass into gravity. And this gravity is actually have the value of 10. ठीक है? और इसके दो यूनिट्स होते हैं, एक तो 10 मीटर पर सेकंड स्क्वायर, और एक यूनिट होता है 10 न्यूटन पर केजी। अच्छा, इन दोनों को अगर डिफाइन करें तो this thing 10 meter per second square actually represent that if an object falls towards the earth, its speed increases for every 1 second, its speed increases by 10 meter per second. After 2 seconds, the speed will become 20 meter per second. And after 3 seconds, its speed will become 30 meter per second if the object is falling towards the earth under gravity. And if we talk about Newton per kg, it means for every mass of 1 kg, the earth will exert a force of 10 Newton on that mass. For example, if I say the mass of an object is 5 kilogram, it means for every 1 kg, the earth exerts a force of 10 Newton. For a mass of 5 kg, the earth will exert a force of 50 Newton. So its weight becomes 50 Newton. We'll study it mass, weight and density in the next chapter. But I think you must have a pretty clear idea about it. ठीक है, प्रीवियस क्लासेस में प्राइमरी क्लासेस में ये पढ़ा हुआ होगा, नहीं भी पता तो we'll be studying it in our next classes. So right now we will be discussing 10 meter per second square because we are dealing with the motion in this chapter. So 10 meter per second square actually represent the motion that in every 1 second the speed increases by 10 meter per second. ठीक है, is 10 meter per second. So there are two types of vertical motion. First is downwards and the other is upwards. So we'll study it separately. पहले हम downwards देखेंगे फिर upwards देखेंगे. अच्छा, इसमें एक terminology होती है हमारे पास free fall. What is free fall? देखो, in air we have air molecules. When the object moves in the air, actually it experiences air resistance. ठीक है, और air resistance होने की वजह से जो उसकी acceleration होती है वो कम ज़्यादा होती रहती है, डिपेंड करता है कि air resistance किस direction में है. If an object is falling downwards, ठीक है, तो air resistance will act on it upwards. Actually जो air resistance होती है, कोई भी resistive force होती है, it always acts opposite to the direction of motion. ठीक है, तो resistive forces होती हैं, resistive forces always acts opposite to the direction of motion. Always acts opposite to the direction of motion. If an object is falling downwards, the resistive force will be upwards. If an object is moving upwards, the resistive force will be downwards because it is always opposite to the direction of motion. हमेशा अपोज करेगी जिस डायरेक्शन में ऑब्जेक्ट चल रहा है. But here in this chapter we will simplify our studies and we'll say that let's say there are no resistive forces, means हम vacuum consider कर रहे हैं and we are expecting कि कोई air resistance नहीं है. Assuming no air resistance, the object will fall with a acceleration of 10 meter per second square towards the earth. ठीक है, if we assuming no air resistance, object falls towards the earth with the acceleration of 10 meter per second square. ठीक है, which means speed of the object will increase by 10 meter per second in every 1 second. सही है, this is a common observation ना. if कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट अगर ऊपर से नीचे गिर रहा है तो इसकी स्पीड इंक्रीज हो रही है, और in every 1 second the speed of the object increases by 10 meter per second provided that there is no air resistance. And when the motion is happening without air resistance and the object is falling without air resistance, such a motion is known as free fall. इसको हम नाम देते हैं free fall. freely fall कर रहा है. ठीक है, an object falls under gravity with only force acting on it is the weight of the object and no air resistance. जब भी ऑब्जेक्ट नीचे गिर रहा है तो उस पर सिर्फ उसके फोर्स क्या लग रही है, उस पर वेट लग रहा है, दैट्स इट. ठीक है, कोई एयर रेजिस्टिव फोर्स नहीं लग रही होगी, तो हम एयर रेजिस्टिव फोर्स को we are assuming that it is negligible, but in real life it is not negligible. Real life में आप अर्थ की तरफ कोई चीज गिर रही है तो एयर रेजिस्टेंस तो है ना, एयर तो है तभी तो सांस ले रहे हो, एटमॉस्फेयर तो है। तो बट व्हेन वी स्टडी इट तो हम उसको सिंप्लीफाई करने के लिए कह देते हैं कि एयर रेजिस्टेंसेस जो हैं वो नेग्लिजिबल हैं, assume करते हैं there are no air resistances. Such a motion without air resistance where the only force acting on the object is the weight of the object and no other forces. Such a motion is known as free fall. ठीक हो गया? कोई confusion है तो बोलो।
No confusion.
अच्छा, अब अगर there is no confusion then try to relate it with the previous knowledge. जो अभी पढ़ा है ना उससे पहले relate करेंगे हम। For example, if I just drop an object, ये object है, कोई भी object है, if I just drop it, the only force that acts on this object is the weight of the object, which is equals to mass into gravity. Acha, initially the object is at rest. When I just dropped it, its velocity was 0 meter per second. ठीक है, it was at rest. मेरे हाथ में था. As it starts falling towards the earth, so after 1 second, what will happen? See, here time was 0 seconds. After 1 second, its speed must be increased by 10 meter per second. So its speed must become 10 meter per second. There is an increment in the speed of 10 meter per second. अच्छा, after another 1 second what will happen? मतलब टोटल जो है मैं 2 seconds कह दूं उसको, अगर 0 से यहाँ से स्टॉप वॉच ऑन किया है मैंने, स्टॉप वॉच यहाँ पे लगाया हुआ था, at 2 seconds the speed will become 20 meter per second, क्योंकि हर एक सेकंड में 10 मीटर पर सेकंड का इंक्रीज हो रहा है. And how do I know that in every 1 second the speed is increased by 10 meter per second? Because acceleration due to gravity on the earth is basically 10 meter per second square, which tells me that in every 1 second the speed of the object must increase by 10 meter per second as it falls downwards towards the earth. तो 3 सेकंड बाद उसकी स्पीड कितना हो जाएगा? 30 मीटर पर सेकंड. 4 सेकंड बाद उसका स्पीड कितना हो जाएगा? 40 मीटर पर सेकंड. After 5 seconds, speed will become 50 meter per second. Then every 1 second, the speed has been increased by 10 meter per second. Right? I want to ask you, if I ask you for this downward motion, मुझे 3 चीजें बना के बता दो. इसका distance time graph, इसका acceleration time graph का shape, इसका velocity time graph का shape. इतना तो मेरा बनता है ना पूछना. हाँ जी. So can you first of all define the type of motion? Motion हो क्या रहा होगा? इसकी distance कैसे change हो रहा होगा? इसका speed कैसे change हो रहा होगा? या velocity? और इसका acceleration कैसे change हो रहा होगा? And acceleration. Okay. We'll start from Hamza. Hamza, tell me how the distance of the object must be changing. कोई एक बता दो, चलो distance, velocity, acceleration जो आपको convenient लगे. कोई एक बता दो कि बाकी हम निकाल लेंगे खुद ही.
Curve upwards.
Distance is curve upwards. Curve upwards मतलब distance is increasing at an increasing rate. Curve upwards by if you are saying curve upward, it means distance is increasing at a increasing rate. Huda, do you agree with him? Huda,
Yes, sir.
is he right? Distance, he's saying distances must be increasing at an increasing rate when the object is falling under free fall.
Yes.
Okay, it means distance is increasing at an increasing rate. If you agree there, it means distance is increasing at an increasing rate. What about speed? Yeah, velocity.
Increase.
Increase how?
Upwards, like बिल्कुल straight.
Upward? No, tell me the wording. Wording batao. Speed या velocity must be increasing or decreasing.
Velocity.
Velocity
Velocity.
या speed कह दो, doesn't matter. ऐसे change
Increasing.
कैसी हो रही होगी? Sorry?
Increasing.
Decreasing. कम हो रहा होगा.
Increasing.
Increasing. Velocity is increasing. आगे भी बताओ ना, आगे भी तो एक वर्ड लिखवाया था. Velocity is increasing linearly ना.
जी.
क्योंकि एक्सेलरेशन क्या है? एक्सेलरेशन क्या होगी इसकी? एक्सेलरेशन तो एक ही वैल्यू की है ना, जब डाउनवर्ड फॉल कर रहा है, which is 10 मीटर पर सेकंड स्क्वायर. तो is it a constant acceleration? Yes.
Yes.
Acceleration is constant. So for a constant acceleration, what graph you draw? Constant acceleration would be like this, एक वैल्यू की acceleration. And for this, speed time graph is like this, and for distance time graph is like this. ठीक है? ये कब हो रहा है? When the object is falling downwards. याद रहेगा ये?
जी.
ठीक है? You should understand it. जब समझ आ गया तो फिर याद करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती है. Okay, right? अच्छा चलो अब हम दूसरा करते हैं. When the object is moving upwards. अच्छा देखो, जब कोई चीज ऑब्जेक्ट अपवर्ड जाता है तो उसकी वेलोसिटी या स्पीड क्या होती है? डिक्रीज होती है ना. And ultimately it reaches when it reaches a maximum height, it actually stops. Or initially मैंने velocity let's say उसको दी थी 50 meter per second, and when it reaches its maximum height, it actually stops and velocity becomes 0 meter per second. It means it is deaccelerating, negative acceleration, with a value of 10 minus 10 meter per second square. When it falls downward, it accelerates with a acceleration of 10 meter per second square, and when it moves upwards, it deaccelerates with a velocity with the acceleration of minus 10 meter per second square. ये फर्क है बस, सिंपल. मतलब अगर मैं ऊपर फेंक रहा हूँ किसी ऑब्जेक्ट को, लेट्स से माय ऑब्जेक्ट इज मूविंग अपवर्ड्स, वो यहाँ से it is moving upwards. When it is moving upward, what will happen? After 1 second, its initially its speed is 50 meter per second at time t is equals to 0. After 1 second, the object is deaccelerating with the acceleration of 10 meter per second square. इसका क्या मतलब है? In every 1 second, speed must decrease by 10 meter per second. So after 1 second, the speed will become 40 meter per second. After another 1 second, it will become 30 meter per second. After another 1 second, it will become 20. Then it will become 10. So the speed of the object decreases for every 1 second, right? And at the maximum height, it completely stops 0 meter per second. So this is deceleration. Acha, if I ask you to tell me the shape of the graphs, 3 types of graphs we draw. Distance time graph बता दो का shape, speed time graph या velocity time graph का shape बता दो, and acceleration time
Increasing
graph.
increasing but decreasing rate में.
Yes, distance is increasing with a decreasing rate. सही है, जबरदस्त हो गया. Distance is increasing at a decreasing rate. ठीक है, the graph would be like this, curve downwards. What about velocity? Velocity is decreasing linearly. Decrease हो रहा है ना ऊपर जैसे जैसे जा रहा है, तो इसी तरह की straight line. And what about acceleration? There will be no acceleration but constant deceleration. Yeah, negative acceleration. And it will be like this in negative axis. Right?
Yes.
Okay. बोर तो नहीं हो रहा ज्यादा लेक्चर? टेक इट एज अ यस। अच्छा, कंबाइंड वर्टिकल मोशन, अगर मैं पूरा वर्टिकल मोशन एक साथ स्टडी करूं, मतलब फॉर एग्जांपल इफ आई जस्ट थ्रू द ऑब्जेक्ट अपवर्ड्स, मैंने ऑब्जेक्ट को ऊपर फेंका है, तो उसका डिस्टेंस टाइम ग्राफ कैसा बनेगा? उसका वेलोसिटी टाइम स्पीड टाइम ग्राफ कैसा बनेगा? अभी मैं स्पीड टाइम ग्राफ पूछ रहा हूँ। और उसका
Sir, can you
एक्सीलरेशन,
repeat?
क्या कह रहे हो हुदा?
Can you repeat?
आई एम सेइंग आई जस्ट थ्रू द ऑब्जेक्ट अपवर्ड्स, पहले वो ऊपर गया और फिर वो नीचे आया, मतलब दोनों ग्राफ जो मैंने अलग अलग मोशन पढ़े थे ना, अपवर्ड्स एंड डाउनवर्ड्स, तो अब जो है मैं मिला के बनाना चाह रहा हूँ। तो जब वो अपवर्ड गया है तो डिस्टेंस उसका इंक्रीज हो रहा है, ठीक है, बट विद अ डिक्रीजिंग रेट। तो जब वो अपवर्ड गया है तो उसका ग्राफ ऐसा था, जब वो डाउनवर्ड आएगा तो उसका ग्राफ ऐसा हो जाएगा, अगर मुझे एक ही एक्सिस पे बनाना है, ठीक है। पहले अपवर्ड गया है तो डिस्टेंस इज इंक्रीजिंग एट अ डिक्रीजिंग रेट, जब वो डाउनवर्ड आया है तो डिस्टेंस मेरा क्या हो रहा है? अच्छा, अब ये जो डिस्टेंस है ना, ये मैं एक्चुअली डिस्प्लेसमेंट ले रहा हूँ। अगर मैं अपनी, अब याद है डिस्प्लेसमेंट हमने पढ़ा था पहली पहली क्लास में। अब इनिशियल पोजीशन से देखूं, जब वो ऊपर जा रहा है तो वो डिस्टेंस उसका बढ़ रहा है, लेट्स से यहाँ तक पहुंच के वो 5 मीटर हो गया। अब जब वो वापस आ रहा है तो 5 मीटर से डिक्रीज होना शुरू हो जाएगा, बट विद इंक्रीजिंग रेट। तो इंक्रीजिंग रेट का कर्व जो है वो ऐसा बनेगा, ताकि जो ग्रेडियंट टेंजेंट में बनाऊं तो टेंजेंट जो है वो मोर स्टीप होते जाए। समझ आई बात ये वाली?
जी।
खुदा हमजा। अच्छा, स्पीड टाइम ग्राफ में अगर मैं बनाऊं ना, तो जब वो नीचे से ऊपर जा रहा है तो स्पीड जो है वो उसकी डिक्रीज हो रही है, तो इट विल बी लाइक दिस। और जब वो क्या कहते हैं ऊपर से वापस नीचे आ रहा है तो स्पीड वापस इंक्रीज हो रही है, इट विल बी लाइक दिस, ठीक है। हाउएवर इफ आई ड्रॉ द वेलोसिटी टाइम ग्राफ, तो वेलोसिटी टाइम ग्राफ में डायरेक्शन भी होती है ना, तो जब वो ऊपर जा रहा है तो मुझे ऊपर वाली डायरेक्शन अगर मैंने यूं दिखा दी है, दैट्स ए वेलोसिटी टाइम ग्राफ अगर मैं बना रहा हूँ उसका, तो वेलोसिटी टाइम ग्राफ यूं होगा। अच्छा, जब ये कब है? जब अपवर्ड मोशन हो रहा है, उसका ऊपर जा रहा है तो वेलोसिटी डिक्रीज हो रही है। स्पीड टाइम ग्राफ में भी ऐसा ही था अपवर्ड जाते वक्त। अच्छा, जब वो मैक्सिमम हाइट से वापस नीचे आ रहा है तो उसकी वेलोसिटी फिर इंक्रीज हो रही है, लेकिन अपोजिट डायरेक्शन में। तो अपोजिट डायरेक्शन में दिखाने के लिए मैं कोऑर्डिनेट के नीचे ले जाऊंगा उसको यूं करके, और यहाँ पे लेट्स से अगर जिस स्पीड से 50 से मैंने उसको फेंका था, ऊपर पहुंचते पहुंचते पहले 0 हुआ, वापस जब नीचे आएगा तो वापस 50 की स्पीड से हमारे हाथ में आ जाएगा वो जो भी मैंने फेंका है। लेकिन स्पीड टाइम ग्राफ में मुझे डायरेक्शन की इंपॉर्टेंस नहीं है, तो मैं वो एक ही कोऑर्डिनेट में बना दूंगा, सिर्फ मैग्नीट्यूड दिखाना है। अच्छा, जब वो ऊपर जा रहा है तो वो डी एक्सेलरेट कर रहा है, तो वो नेगेटिव में होगी। जब वो अपवर्ड जा रहा है, ठीक है, दिस इज फॉर अपवर्ड्स, क्योंकि ब्रेक लग रहा है ना, जब ऊपर जा रहा है वो गिर रहा है तो डी एक्सेलरेट कर रहा है, जो भी माइनस है। लेकिन जब वो नीचे आ रहा है तो वो एक्सेलरेट कर रहा है, तो दिस विल बी डाउनवर्ड्स, प्लस है। हाँ जी, ये बात समझ आई है?